Okay, it's being recorded now. Okay, guys, so today's call is going to be on Craigslist, some quick tips like I mentioned a second ago, and we're going to dive into live Q&A like normal. And this call, it's probably not going to be a really long call because I'm just going to give two very specific tips that you guys can use and try on Craigslist. I've tried them myself, and they work great to generate leads. I've seen people use these exact strategies and do deals from it. But once again, I'm not an active wholesaler or anything like that. The way that I use Carrot and the way that I use the internet for my real estate business is to find buy and hold type properties. So I'm not wholesaling, and to find tenants. So some of the stuff that I'm going to mention to you are things that I have done in testing to prove that they work, and then we verified it with people who are doing wholesaling and stuff like that, and that they're actually using in their business and it's working great. And some of this is stuff that I use myself in my business. But there's some cool stuff. So just like always, guys, as soon as you have any questions, write them down, put in the questions panel. And if you're a new Carrot member, welcome into your first mastermind call. These are calls that we started these shoot is about 3 or 4 months ago. And we actually started them because number one, I love to hop on these calls. I think it's awesome. I think it's fun to dive in every single week and kind of get a pulse for our customers, what your struggles are, what things you're doing well. And every single week we get success stories coming through the comments. Someone saying, "Hey, I just got my first lead," or "I just did my first deal," or "I did my first deal with Carrot." Some people who are struggling a little bit more and who need some help and some guidance and some specific strategy to crack through and actually get results. So this call is for both of that. If you've seen results, awesome. Share those results through the comment section. That's what keeps us going, keeps us motivated, because we know that we're changing lives when people implement what we teach. And if you haven't seen results, and if you have questions, shoot it through the questions panel as well, and we can dive in and diagnose exactly why you may not be getting results and give you a little action plan today on the call. But this is a benefit that you get as an Investor Carrot member, and it doesn't cost you a dime more. And one cool thing, we're actually going to be making these mastermind calls in the future only for people once we do our price increase here shortly, which is not going to affect you guys. So everyone who's already a Carrot member, your price is not going to go up. You're going to be grandfathered in at the current pricing. But for future members who are going to be paying more, these mastermind calls are only going to be reserved for the people who are in the plans that are $99 a month or more. Okay, so you're going to get access to these calls for the life of your account, and they're a ton of value. So I really, really love it, and I appreciate it when people hop on here and engage, and they ask questions, and they give feedback, and they help other customers, because that's what this is about, guys. This is about helping each other. This is about being a part of a community where we're all working toward the same thing. And even though some of you guys are probably investing in the same market or very close, I really don't see it as competition. Okay, there's ways for you guys to work together. Maybe one person's really great at getting deals and the other person has a great cash buyer list. Okay, and we want to really build this community with Carrot. And we've been getting all kinds of feedback the last few months on things that we can do to help you even more. And one of the things that keeps on popping up is building a community where our Carrot members, which we're about 600 strong right now, active Carrot members and growing. Guys, once again, this is without really any marketing. This is just word of mouth from other members who are spreading the word, or people finding us online and finding us as the best solution for getting this thing up. So we're gonna create a vibrant community sometime this year based on your feedback that we got on these calls. So let's go and dive in. If this is your first call, it's a little bit about me. If this is not your first call, then you're gonna have to sit through this again. But I'm Trevor Mock. I'm the founder of Investor Carrot. I'm an investor and entrepreneur. I'm a buy and hold guy, so I'm not a wholesaler. I've wholesaled one deal in my life, and that was a mini storage actually. And it was a crazy easy deal. So I don't know why I haven't done more wholesale deals, but that's just not the type of investing that I'm focusing on. I focus on buy and hold for the monthly cash flow and the long term wealth. And the cool thing is, everything that I've learned over the 5-6 years that I've been online, and that we've learned how to generate leads online, learned SEO, and learned pay per click, and learned how to increase conversions on pages, is that the same darn fundamentals work, whether you're generating a buyer lead, a seller lead, a tenant lead, any of that kind of stuff. We've built that stuff into the Carrot websites. If you want to connect with me, find me on LinkedIn there. And I've generated a lot of leads online in the real estate space, a little over 80,000 and counting. I still get leads every single day that come in the real estate space between buyers and tenants, and some of them property owners. Passive real estate investor since 2004, and I'm really passionate about entrepreneurs. And I've got a big 8,000 square foot entrepreneur co-workspace down in Roseburg, Oregon, and that's actually a deal that I did that's called a master lease option. I don't own the property, and I may not actually end up closing on this property because because it's old and it gets roof leaks, and I don't want to I don't want to have to put up the bill on that all the time. But I've got a master lease option on this right now, and I've got the master lease over the entire 8,000 square feet because this property owner could not get it rented, so it was undervalued, it was underutilized. I came in with marketing knowledge and said, "Hey, I'll rent this entire space from you. I got it at a discount." And now I rent out that whole space for a profit. And that's just one other way to do real estate. And I love traveling, mountain biking, hanging out with my beautiful wife and kids. So I'm going to dive right in, guys. So here's one one of the first quick tips. And this may not be something that's new to you. Okay. This isn't something that I'm going to say is revolutionary. And the thing, guys, with Craigslist is most of the stuff is not revolutionary. Okay. Most of the stuff is not revolutionary, but it's stuff that takes consistency and it takes a little bit of time. And it can either be your time or you can outsource it to a virtual assistant or someone there in your town to help you. But Craigslist is really full of all kinds of deals. Okay, I know people who are doing multiple deals a month directly from Craigslist. I know people who are generating hundreds of leads a week directly through Craigslist. Of course, the type of lead that you can get the most out of Craigslist tends to be buyers. It tends to be tenants. Craigslist is awesome for tenants. And in the Craigslist course with Cindy that we're rolling out, we have a whole section on how to get tenant leads in there. And we have a whole section on how to get buyer leads, and a whole section on how to get motivated seller leads. And motivated sellers are all over in Craigslist as well, but there's some different ways that you've got to get to them that is more than just posting ads. In the course with Cindy, which we're going to give a little link at the end where you guys can buy it in the pre-release, and there's some bonuses that we're adding in for people who dive in from now through Sunday. Because we actually honestly want your feedback, and there's some things that we're going to be adding to it over the next 2 weeks or to the training. But we know that I've been getting so many emails from people saying, "Hey, when's this open? We just want to open it up so you guys can just dive in and start using at least the base elements of the training, and then we're going to be adding the more advanced stuff here over the next few weeks." But one of the things that I've seen that works the best with Craigslist for sellers is, in addition to posting the types of ads that Cindy is going to show you in that training, is actually reaching out to sellers. But here's the rub on that. That sounds like a lot of work, right? And it is. It is a lot of work. So that's why most people don't do it. Most people, they might do it one or two times. They might send out 10 or 15 emails to people, and then they don't hear back from any of them, or they hear back from one and they're not motivated, and then they stop. And the key with this is, guys, is consistency. And that's the big key with Craigslist, is consistency and doing a lot of it. Okay. And then beyond that is systemizing it so much that it doesn't take you hardly any time at all to do this. And in the Craigslist training, we show you how to set up your Craigslist accounts the way that Cindy does. And it's going to take a few hours to do the initial setup. But after that, it's only 4 minutes per day to refresh the ads, to refresh that kind of stuff. And we give you a bunch of ads and where to place and when to place and stuff like that in the training. And this little tip I'm going to show you here, which has nothing to do with ads. This has everything to do with reaching out to people who are placing ads where they're selling them. This one right here, this tip, I'm going to walk you through exactly what to do. I'm going to show you how to search for them, where to search for them, what email to send people, what to do after they do it, how to update your email signature so it's effective. And this is something you should do in your email signature anyway. And then I'm going to show you a second tip here later on how to use the job posting section to generate sellers. And that's kind of a different little mindset tweak. And this is something that I actually learned this from a buddy of mine a couple of years ago, and he was out there getting bird dogs, and we started to test the heck out of that, and it worked like crazy. But what we found was this really curious byproduct, and I'll explain it here in a bit. That sellers were actually responding to those job ads that we were posting. So I'm going to show you guys some exact ads that you can post that we have found that got an insanely great response from people who are needing to sell their houses. So this is the first one, guys. This one is a manual process reaching out to sellers, but in the Craigslist training that we're putting out, it's not there yet, but it's an advanced module that's going to be coming out in the next month or so, that you will get if you're in this pre-release. That we're going to show you how to systemize this whole thing, so you're not sitting there sending 20 emails a day and replying to a bunch of emails, where it automates almost the entire thing. So you're just seeing the people who are actually motivated to sell. Okay. So the first step is number one, you obviously got to go to the real estate for sale section. And then there's this little link up there that says owner. Okay. So you can filter the Craigslist listings by broker, by owner. You can look at them all. This is not anything that's revolutionary, but this is the first step in filtering down stuff to find the people who might be motivated to sell their house. And like I said, guys, this is not revolutionary, but it works, and most people are not doing it because you need to be consistent in making it happen. And most people who try it, they send out 5, 10, 15, 20 emails and they quit. Okay. Like I said, just to reiterate this, I cannot reiterate this enough. Real estate and lead generation, especially for sellers, is about consistency. Okay. If you're going out there and you're sending, one batch of postcards out, and that batch costs you $400 and you get 2 calls and they're not motivated, most people quit and they say it doesn't work. Okay. But the people who are effective look at that postcard and go, hey, what can I tweak for this next one? Or they say, hey, let's not do a postcard. Let's try a yellow letter this time, because I know people are using direct mail and crushing it with direct mail. Okay, so it's about consistency. It's about when you have that first failure, or you send out this first 20 or 30 emails and you don't get anything back, or you get people back who are totally unrealistic with their numbers, that you keep on doing it, knowing that you're going to get one person to come out of there this month, or 2 or 3, or one that will come out every 2 months, and a deal will happen. Okay. So don't discount this strategy at all. Number one, real estate for sale, click the owner button. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into that little search box. Okay. So this is going to be listing any property that the people are saying is sold by the owner. And then we're going to filter this even more by using that search box. Okay. So here's a bunch of keywords. And I got this from a buddy of mine, Jeff. And I'm hoping that he can come in and help us with some of this Craigslist training as we grow it. I haven't solidified that yet. But he did a bunch of research, and he did a bunch of research just to see in his market, and this really differs in every market. Okay, so don't take these words for gospel. But what he did was he went through and he did an exhaustive research for ads over about a month period in the for sale by owner section on the types of words that they used in the actual ads, if they were explaining a house that might have been a fixer upper, or one that might indicate that they're a motivated seller. Okay, so you can see here. Here's a bunch of keywords: cash only. So there's a lot of ads that said cash only, 117 in this time period. Fixer. So fixer obviously indicates it's probably going to be something that the person's motivated to sell, and it might be cheap. Needs work, motivated, lots of work. Cash offers only, contractor, fixer upper, needs repair. You guys can see the keywords here. Cash offer only, lots of potential upside damage, sold for land value, developer, handyman, major fixer. 6 of those that month. Water damage, cosmetic fixer, needs fixing, damage, illegal. I'm not sure what they'd put in there. Opportunity knocks, tear down, termite damage, uncooperative, cracks, leaks, foundation problems, leaking, stuff like that. Okay. So the cool thing is that, so those are the types of keywords up top. is the number of, in that second column is the number of messages, okay? So the number of messages that they got back when they sent to these people. And they got a lot of messages back from the people who did cash only and some people who did motivated. And a lot of the other ones, it looks like contractor. During this particular month, they didn't get a whole lot of replies back initially, okay? But they did get replies as they went on. You can see there in that next column, these are replies that they got. Lots of work. There are 49 total ads that had that, and they got 24 replies back from their emails that we're going to show you. Okay, so that's step 2, is to really look in your market and look at the different kind of hot button words that people use to explain their properties, explain their listings that might indicate that they are highly motivated. And these are the things, guys, that we're going to be searching by. Okay, so I'm going to hop out of here and I'm going to go, and I guess, number one, are you guys following me here? Yeah, Yolanda. Yolanda's saying, I'm interested in brokering mortgage notes. Can this work as well? Yeah, Craigslist works for a lot of this kind of stuff for sure. Cool. Tapan, let me, hopefully I said your name right. Let me address that here in a little bit. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go straight to Craigslist right now. All right, so I'll pop open Craigslist, go and open up this thing into my whole window. All right. So I'm just going to do what I just showed you there. Okay, so I'm going to take some of these keywords that these words that showed up here in this list. I'm going to start typing them in. Okay, so needs work. Just going to go ahead and search it. Okay, so in the Phoenix area, for sale by owner, here's the things that have the words needs work in them. Okay, okay, so there's 24. Okay, and I put them in quotes because with Google and with Craigslist, putting stuff in quotes usually narrows down the search, so it's just those 2 words in a row. Okay, and you can see. Let me delete those really quick. Let me redo the search. So you can see there was 100 when I just did needs work, and that means let me go into here and let me just read this and see where it's grabbing those words. So yeah, you can see right here it says needs some work, so column we can discuss. So what that search was doing was, since I did not have the quotes around it, it was searching for those 2 words somewhere together, somewhere in the ad. So you can see these 2 words are not together. Needs some work, but this still might be a great property. Okay, so when I go over here, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to look at this one as well and see where they. Okay. Okay. With very little work, so I'm sure somewhere in here it has the word needs. So that's not bad. Those both probably look like good properties. But right here, by putting the quotes around it, narrows it to only when those 2 words are put together. So you can see it makes it a lot more targeted. So let's go in here. Da, da, da. Need a full rehab. Needs work is actually in the actual title. Okay, so this could be a great property. It says it's for sale by owner. Let's go ahead and look at prohibited just to show you what that means. So must comply with all applicable laws, blah blah blah. So it's posted 12 days ago, so decently new. Here's the person, Michael Del Prete or something like that. Price. Here's some information. Vintage building. Looks like I can click this and see his phone number if I wanted to see it. And there's some advanced stuff you can do as well with text messages on Craigslist, where we actually have a member. His name is Joe. He's an insanely advanced member, and he's actually doing the marketing for a lot of people for an insanely high price using Carrot websites. So $10,000 upfront fee and $1,000 a month. And they're doing direct mail and some Craigslist stuff too. But they're using people's phone numbers to send them text messages through Google Voice and getting a great reply. But the thing is, they're doing it on volume. If they're sending out 100 text messages a day and 100 emails a day through Craigslist, they might get 1, 2, 3, 4 solid replies back. And they might get 20 or 30 replies, but then 1, 2, 3, 4 solid replies back. And they might close 4 or 5 deals a month from that, which is kind of cool. So that's step 1, guys, is to go through and do these searches. Okay, so needs work, that's one right there. Let's do cash only. Okay. So does this make sense, guys, on what we're looking for here? And you can narrow it down too. If you're only investing in 2 bedroom and above, awesome, select it. Okay. If you are only investing in certain types of things, awesome. If you're only looking to buy apartments or duplexes, awesome. This is a great way to do it directly through Craigslist. And that's one thing that I love, guys, with buying apartment buildings and stuff and in rentals is uh, is basically if someone's if they're not a large company that owns stuff, okay, if they're not a large company that owns a bunch of units, they have a property management company that's doing it or whatever. But if they're an individual investor and they've got a 10 unit property or whatever, and they're posting to get a tenant, no one likes vacancies. I'm going through a vacancy right now with one of my properties, and I don't like it. So what I've done is this particular unit is tough to rent because it's the only one in this building that does not have a washer and dryer. So rather than just sitting there letting the unit go to waste right now, um, we're actually renovating the unit, and so we're using that as an opportunity. But if someone approached me and saw our Craigslist ads and offered me a great price, I would sell the damn thing. Okay, so Craigslist is a great thing to go after apartment building owners as well who just want to sell. So I typed in cash only, so you can see now they're in the Phoenix area. There's 36 listings that say cash only in them. Okay, so let's go ahead and go here, handyman special. So take a look at it. Yeah, so it looks like a good little handyman special. These things, guys, are perfect for things like this. One thing right here says call Greg for showing. We've seen real estate agents, even though they're not supposed to be in the for sale by owner, we've seen real estate agents coming in here and listing stuff as an agent, which they're not supposed to do. So, have any of you ever had that issue where you contact people through Craigslist? It's supposed to be in FISBO, um, and then they're a real estate agent, and really it messes up the process. Have any of you guys had that experience where you contact people through Craigslist, then it's the real estate agent in between you and talking to the seller? If you have, it's a frustration. Yeah, Michael's saying it happens often. So that's a frustration. Blake, all the time. So the next step that I'm going to show you here, Jamie, yes. The next step I'm going to show you here is the next screening step. Okay. And someone asked how I searched for that stuff again. So you go to the real estate for sale section of your area. So I'm in Phoenix right now, housing real estate for sale. Click buy owner. And then I've got this whole list of keywords that my buddy did all this research to find what were the common phrases that people typed in or that people put in their ads if they were highly motivated. Cash only was one, needs work, motivated, lots of work, fixer upper, needs repair, cash offer only, lots of potential, damage, stuff like that. Okay. So that's step one. Step two is to go through these things and actually send your canned email to each one of these people. And then I'm going to show you this canned email. Okay. So $71,000 in equity. Awesome. Okay. So we've got no lack of potential for properties. All right, guys, we've got hundreds of properties that they have words in their listings that indicate that they might be highly motivated. Okay. Motivated. Let's type in that. So there's 80 people in here that have in their listings that they're motivated in the Phoenix area. Fixer upper. There's 38 listings that say that they're a fixer upper that are 2 bedroom or and above. Okay, so I even filtered it out even more. So 2 bedroom and above, and they are saying that they're a fixer upper. Let's see, fixer upper mobile home. So right there. Jamie, this kind of stuff would be right up your guys' alley with the mobile homes. So that's that step. Okay, now step two, let's go ahead and show what type of email you can send to them. So now we're going to go, okay, we have all this potential, and you can just click reply and reply back to these people or have a virtual assistant do it, ideally. Okay, just pay a virtual assistant for a couple hours a day to go through Craigslist and just reply back to all these. Okay, and you can keep a spreadsheet and all that kind of stuff to track these if you want to. But the next step is to create an email signature kind of like this. Okay, because you're going to be sending emails to these people, and you don't want these emails to be the first email to be this total sales pitchy email, right? So one of the keys to that I really like email signatures. They work good. I borrowed this one from my buddy Jeff in LA, and put in your name, whatever your title is at your business, your company name, and stuff like that, phone number, whatever, website, and then have it hyperlinked in there. So this is the email signature, the email you're actually going to send to the person who's listing that property. And then a little PS down there that's a call to action. You can say anything you want to say, but basically it brings up, hey, do you need to sell your house quickly? We buy houses in any condition. We can pay cash. You'll not pay any commissions, agents, or fees. Save thousands. We're a bona fide buyer. Get a cash offer within 48 hours. Click the link below. And with that, you'll just send people to your Carrot homepage for your motivated seller site. Okay, so really simple. If you don't have an email signature like this in your everyday company email anyway, you should. Okay, even if you still have a full-time job or you have a company that's outside of real estate, or if you do work in real estate full-time, below your signature, everyone should be putting something like this, because you never know who you're going to be emailing. Let's say you're emailing with the person who, the company who does your business cards, and your conversation in that email has nothing to do with you buying their house. But in the bottom, this little PS, if that secretary or that graphic designer on the other end of the email needs to sell their house, or they have a neighbor or a friend that does, what if a small percentage of those people click through there and submit their information and say, hey, you know what? I see that you buy houses. Well, my mom actually needs to sell her house. Would you be able to help her? So that's just one extra thing for marketing. So create an email signature like that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to send an email kind of like this. Okay, so hey, I just saw your Craigslist post today about your house for sale. I'm interested in buying this property, but can you tell me anything more than what the post says? So you're showing interest, and then you're asking for a little bit more information. Okay, because usually these posts don't have a whole lot of information. Let me bounce back out of here. I'm going to go over to Craigslist. Let me open up this one right here. Make me an offer on this cute home, she says. And you can see there's not a lot of information here. Okay, it shows the site number. It shows some other stuff here, a few pictures, but in the end, it doesn't show a lot of info here. Okay, they're selling it for 500 bucks. Looks like. It doesn't say anything about title issues or whatever. Right here, here's a 2-for-1 fixer upper deal. Hardly any information here. Okay, so we know that most of these ads, the people place hardly any information in these ads, and that by having this email that we've got here, we're playing with what we know that the trend tends to be, and we're asking, hey, do you have anything else you can tell me about the property? And that gets them to open up. It gets them to hopefully tell you something about the property. Okay, they could say, yeah, it's on the cul-de-sac, or yeah, it needs a lot of work on it. He's got some water damage and blah, blah, blah. Okay. That gets them to open up and start to talk to you. And then this second question is kind of really how you start to filter out the real estate agents. Okay. Are you the person on title, or are you a real estate agent, or are you wholesaling? I ask because some real estate agents post in the FSBO section. And this right here is the thing that you add in there to really filter out those real estate agents from replying back and acting like that they're owning it. And then when they go to show you the property, they go, oh, I'm the real estate agent involved here. Okay, so what we found is most of the time the real estate agents see that and they just won't reply. Okay, so you're kind of and also with that person's reply, you're asking them a specific question to engage them. You're not saying, hey, I'm going to make you an offer yet. Your email signature that I just went through before puts that in there in a very subtle way at the bottom. But you're not saying, hey, I want to make you an offer. It's a cash offer. You're not sounding salesy. You're just asking them a couple questions that they can answer very simply. Yeah, you give me some more information about the property, and are you the person on title, or are you wholesaling it? And that gives you information so you can know if you're going to follow up on that and do it. And there's a second step here, and I don't have enough time to show you today. I learned this from Jeff as well. Jeff Koga, he's an insanely smart guy, but really active investor in LA, and he actually is importing a bunch of uh, uh, construction materials now out of China and selling them to wholesalers at discounts, which is really cool. Selling them to rehabbers at discounts, sorry. But anyway, so this email is the first kind of salvo that you're going to send out there to those Craigslist postings with your email signature. And then you can actually automate what happens after the person emails back. I don't have enough time to dive into that today. That's something that we're hoping to get into the Craigslist training with Jeff's permission. But in the meantime, you can just field those emails and engage in the person right away. As you're getting more and more replies, you're going to want to find a way to automate it, like Jeff has done it, like we're hoping to get in that Craigslist training. If they reply back with a yes on the personal title, then you basically send them an email that tells them what you do and that you'd like to make them an offer, and that it's a cash offer. And there's many ways to do this in that email, but in the Craigslist course, like I said, we're going to show you a couple ways that are working great, and really don't overcomplicate this. Give them your phone number, what you do, how fast the process is, how it works, and give them a call to action that ideally the call to action is not driving them to your website. Okay, because we found that motivated sellers, once you engage them through Craigslist, they tend not to react too well. They tend not to convert too well, driving them to a website to then convert, because it's like this pattern interrupt in the conversation with them. If you're engaging with them in a personal sounding email, okay, and then they're engaging back with you in a personal email, and then immediately you're going into sales mode and saying, go to my website and submit your information, it kind of derails that whole personal interaction that happened. But if you can continue the personal interaction, say, hey, just reply back to this email and we can connect and and see if it's a fit and I can make you an offer, or just give me a call at this number. That continues that personal interaction with the people. Okay, so that's kind of the one main caveat there is with this strategy, the only way that you're using your website is in your email signature. The rest of it is really in a personal way, personally engaging with the people. And if you do this enough, I mean, you can see, like I said, in the Phoenix area, there were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of potential deals that you could be just going in here and clicking contact. Okay. Uh, so then, you can just email them right away. Let's see. Yeah, I'm just go in here and contact them. Okay, so they prefer to be contacted by email or phone. I can just go ahead and click this, and whatever email system you're using, you can just send them the email. Okay, so I don't have my computer set to bring up Gmail automatically, but that's what you're going to do. And it's going to take some time, so you just click it, click this, and then right there. So it's going to click this. It's going to open it up, so I can send them an email. And then I'm just going to take my email template that I had over here, and I'm just going to paste it in there. Okay, so let me go grab this really quick, and you'll have this thing all queued up in here. Okay, and the cool thing about Gmail, and we're going to put this in the Craigslist training as well, is there's things that you can do inside of Gmail to actually create canned responses, and and that'll really speed it up. So you can create a canned response that basically is this entire email. Okay, and every time you're sending this email, it's the exact darn thing. You're not changing anything. So I'm just going to grab this right here, this email signature. Okay, you guys get the idea here. You're not going to do this every time. Like I said, you're going to set up a canned response within Gmail, which we'll teach you how to do, and this will all be in here automatically. Okay, so within literally 30 seconds, you can be sending an email to each one of these people. It might take 15 seconds is all. And I can click send, and then now it's a waiting game to see who replies back, and then you engage them from there. Okay, does this make sense, guys? And like I said, I know it's work. Yeah, Blake says, what about a call center? You can totally send them to a call center, Blake. You can totally send them to a call center. It just, it yeah, you definitely can. Just make sure that, because Craigslist is kind of a different animal, right? Craigslist is kind of a different animal where, like I said, people come to Craigslist to sell and to buy because because it's this personal kind of almost community like place. Okay, rather than going and putting a classified ad in my newspaper, I'm going to put it in Craigslist. Or rather than going down there to the flea market and putting up a booth, I'm going to do a Craigslist ad. So the one thing that you want to kind of make sure of is if you're using a call center, the person on the other end knows that you guys have leads coming from Craigslist. They know to sound very personal and not like a call center. Have them sound like, hey, awesome, thanks. I'll pass the message on to Blake, and here's the info. Blake will get back to you, hopefully tomorrow on that. So make it sound very personal, not kind of going back to what I mentioned before. We're not saying, hey, awesome, you own the property, go to my website and put in your information. A call center is very similar to that same feeling to a person. So you want to keep this personal relationship, personal conversation going. And if that call center can sound very personal, then awesome. Yep, go for it. Yeah. So what about the response rate? That's the thing, Blake, and that's why I'm saying that this is a consistency thing, and this is about volume. And if someone sends out 20 emails, and you get no replies, or you get 5 replies, and all of them were not serious about selling, most people will quit, and that's the good thing, because there's a lot of deals to be had in Craigslist. Like I said, Cindy DeMeyer has closed 30 deals right around there from Craigslist in the past 6 months, because she's working it and she's making stuff happen. And she's consistent every single day. She's on Craigslist every single day. She's on Craigslist every single day. She has between 30 to 40 ads running on Craigslist every single day. And every single day, when she's looking to get inventory, they're reaching out to sellers. And like I said, the key to all this is really systemizing it and automating as much of it as you can, so you're not out there doing the work. So a virtual assistant's doing it, and if she's sending out 400 emails a week, as an example, if they're sending out 400 emails a week, and you're getting 3 of those, or one of those even, that turns into a deal, or turns into something that's going to look like a deal, then it's worth it. But it's not worth it for you to take your time to send out 400 emails a week. But it might be a good thing to test it out yourself at the start. Do it for a solid week, and it might be an hour or two a day, just so you can see what's going to happen, so you can see what that virtual assistant's going to do. Okay. So Hector, how about 20 to 40 emails a week? Yeah, I mean, 20 to 40, that might do something, but we're talking about contacting every single person who has a property for sale that meets those criteria that show up in those searches, contacting every single one of them. Okay. And sometimes multiple times, but we're talking about contacting every single one of them. We saw in that one search there was 86, 86. Let's see, what's this number here. So 38 people that have fixer upper in their thing alone. Okay, and there's a bunch of other keywords. Fix and flip the property, whatever it is. So there's well over 100 at this moment in Craigslist, and there's probably a dozen or more properties uploaded that are different properties uploaded every single day that match these criteria. So it's whatever's available in your market, Hector. It might be that there's only 20 to 40 a week that are unique properties that are popping up, but the aim is to get every single person who fits these criteria to get an email from you, and sometimes multiple ones. And like I said, it sounds like a lot of work, because it is. But the key is in the system, is in setting this up. And this is something, like I said, I'm hoping that we're going to be able to get Jeff, my buddy, to come in and share that automation system. It's not an extra software or anything. It's all using Gmail. It's all free. Okay. But it's just the steps to automate most of this for you. And then, of course, pass off to a virtual assistant. Yeah, Tony, when are you rolling out the course? So, like I said, at the end of this mastermind call, there's going to be a link where you can get in on the pre-release, and we don't have the course online yet. That's being uploaded every day. We're updating it every day now through next week, but we're going to do a live webinar with me and Cindy next week for everyone in the pre-release. We want to get your feedback. We're going to dive in and give you the action plan and the first things to do with the ad posting, because what I'm teaching you today is not actually in the Craigslist course yet. That's something we're working on getting in on the advanced side of it here as we go. And it's not going to cost you anything extra if I'm able to twist my buddy Jeff's arm to help us put this stuff in there. Yeah, Blake, I'll get you that keyword list for sure. It'll actually be, we most of the time, guys, we actually upload our PowerPoint presentation below these mastermind video replays. So we'll do that for this one for sure. Okay. Yep, definitely. So anyway, that's the way you guys do it. So the sellers are going to be getting this, and so it's about a numbers game. It's about systemizing it and passing it off so you're not doing it. And even if you're paying a virtual assistant, it could be an overseas person. It could be something. It could be someone you found off of Craigslist who is willing to work for $9 an hour, $8 an hour, just doing these things, and then they give you a report showing how many they did a day, and that kind of stuff. It could be them managing this stuff, and it might only cost you, it might only cost you 30, 40, $50 a week to pay someone else to do this stuff. And then you just get the highly qualified leads that come out the back end, which is you'll only need to hop in when someone calls you or when someone emails and says, I want to talk. I want to talk about stuff. Okay, that's it. That's the only time that as you get this thing systemized that you'll be in the system, is when someone wants to actually talk about doing a deal. So let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to give you one pretty advanced thing. This is something that is for sure going to be in the Craigslist training on the advanced side, and we're going to put it in the 3 lead per day training as well. So if you have the 3 lead per day training, this is also going to be something we're going to add to it here shortly. But one really cool thing that you can do is something called retargeting, and I've mentioned retargeting to a lot of people, and I've mentioned it on these webinars. So who on here is familiar with retargeting? I know that there are some people who are familiar with it. Um, yeah, Kim. So the course is just going to be $99. So it's cheap, crazy cheap. It's lifetime access to it. Later this year, when we roll it out to people that are not in the pre-release and the people who are not Carrot members, once we really hone it down with your feedback, we're probably going to double that price for people, and it's probably going to be an annual fee for people in the future. But in the pre-release for Carrot members who are going to dive in, help us with stuff, implement, it's only $99. Okay, cool. Yep, guys. So retargeting. Dan's familiar with it. Rich is familiar with it. Um, okay, yep. Jeanette's familiar with it. Hasn't done it yet. Cool. So what retargeting is, guys, is number one, you've been retargeted, and that's when you land on a website, and then everywhere you go after that, you're followed around the internet with ads for that thing. So you can even do retargeting on someone's Facebook newsfeed. So let's say that a motivated seller clicks on let's say that they click on this link and then they go to your page. And the cool thing is here, guys, that since you or someone's going to be sending out a lot of these emails, you're going to get a decent amount of people who are probably going to click this link or that link and go to your website. Okay, a lot more people than who are going to reply potentially. So what retargeting is, as soon as someone lands in that website, you're gonna your website's basically going to place what's called a cookie on their machine, which says, okay, this person has been on our website, and then through a software, which is free to have the software, but then you upload banner ads, and we've got banner ads that when we put out that retargeting section of the training, we'll give you some example banner ads that you can use. But then basically you say, okay, follow this person around the internet for 30 days or for 60 days or however long you want with these ads. And those ads say, hey, looking to sell your house in Jacksonville? Awesome. Click here. We'd love to buy it. And it's basically getting your message in front of them all the time, everywhere they go, on websites, on news websites, in their Facebook feed if you want to. And it's one of the most effective paid advertising methods that we've seen. And we actually use it in Carrot for our software stuff a lot. You'll probably see our Carrot ads following you around the internet. That's using retargeting. So that's kind of the icing on the cake, really advanced side of it is if and when you do dive in and do this. And like I said, we're going to give the more detailed instructions, the stuff on really how to automate this and make it simpler in the Craigslist training on the advanced section. That won't be out for probably a month or so. But the rest of the core training that is Cindy's entire system and how she's crushing it with Craigslist ads, that's going to be in this pre-release, and then we're going to be putting that content up in the members area here over the next week. So that's something that you're going to be able to get almost immediate access to. But then, yeah, flip on retargeting. That really ramps up the whole process. Now you've got people clicking your ads, going to your website, submitting leads. You're going to start getting really consistent, motivated seller leads just through Craigslist. Okay, so let me dive in. Here's a second one. This is one that I actually personally tested. This is 2 years ago. And this, I can't take credit for writing these ads. These ads are actually ones that a buddy of mine wrote, shoot, back in 2008, and they still work really, really good. And they actually have a software that is just for bird dogs, and I really like it. But the problem is, it's just limited for bird dogs. It's another monthly fee, all kinds of stuff. So we went through and tested the heck out of it, and we are going to build something like this into Carrot Sites. It's kind of popped down the priority. If someone has a really good, or if someone wants to do it with us, if someone wants to build out the bird dog system with us, I'd actually be willing to compensate you in some way. We've already got it mapped out how we want it, and I'm sure you might have ideas mapped out how you want it. If you'd be willing to help us build it, because we're on a bandwidth crunch right now with getting the Craigslist thing out and some massive things that we have on the software that we're pushing out. Message me through here. Let me know you're interested, because I would love to connect with you. And I want to work more and more with our customers on leveraging you guys on what you guys are great at, on helping improve the system for you and everyone. And like I said, we're willing to compensate you for it. Okay. So shoot through there if you're willing to dive in and do most of the work with getting the bird dog stuff going. If we can lay it out and you can give ideas and you do most of the work, and then we come back in at the end and polish it up, we'll pay you for it. So here's a really kind of under the radar way of getting seller leads. And this thing, guys, I was insanely surprised on how effective this was. This was crazy, crazy effective. It was almost embarrassing how effective it was to get sellers contacting us. And with this, since I'm a marketing guy, we do a lot of testing. This was a test for us. Okay, I wasn't taking these leads and I wasn't doing deals with them. But I did pass all those leads off to an investor in Eugene, Oregon, because that's where we were doing the marketing. And I don't know what they ended up doing with the leads, but I did see the results, and I did have conversations with sellers from this, and it was crazy. So what we did, and we've tested this a few times since then, and it still works like gangbusters. The one thing that's different, of course, is the hyperlinks. There are no hyperlinks, okay? So you have to put in the full URL. You have to give people the call to action, which we give really specific ways in the Craigslist training that I'm going to give you a link to here in a second. Cindy has some really great calls to action strategies that are getting her a lot of leads and a lot of calls and a lot of emails and a lot of leads through her website with Craigslist. It's not new anymore, but last fall they totally eliminated letting you put hyperlinks in your real estate ads. Okay, so we've got some really, really good but simple calls to action strategies that are working great for Cindy that you can get in there and copy. But here's one right here. So go to the job section in your area, and most job sections are still free. Some of them, they are requiring you to pay. Like, it's usually the big cities. So let me bounce out here, and I'm going to go to Phoenix. My guess is that they are probably requiring you to pay to be on the Phoenix one to post a job. Let's just see. Okay, I'm just gonna do sales or whatever. Okay, so 25 bucks. Okay, so they're requiring you they're charging 25 bucks per section in the jobs. Okay, but if you go to smaller cities like mine, Roseburg or Eugene, or most of them in Oregon, they aren't charging for it. But even at 25 bucks, it's worth the test, and it's worth doing it every now and then, maybe once a month doing it. Okay, but in this test that we did, the multiple times we did it, we went in the job section. We posted these job ads in two different cities here in Oregon, two small cities. Okay, these are not big cities. They're small compared to like Phoenix. Eugene has 150,000 people in it, maybe a couple 100,000. I could be off a little bit, but it's I think it's the second or third largest city in Oregon. But then Medford is a town of about 70 or 80,000 people. Um, and then Roseburg, of course, is a town of 30,000. And we posted one ad in each one of those cities in the job section. It was totally free. And the ads were straight up this. I actually had my assistant do it. I said, take these ads, post them in here. I don't want to help you with it. I just want you to do it as if any new person who didn't know how to do this would do it. So she went in there and posted it. So there's the title: House Finders Needed, $500 to $2,000 a month plus plus, and there's some little things in there. The title of another one: Looking for 10 people ASAP. And then the actual text in the ad is, I'm a local cash investor. I need help finding houses that meet my criteria. This is a great way to help our community and earn some serious cash. I'll provide free training and you have no obligations. Get started today. And you link to your website, which gives more information about what you do. Hey, we're a home buyer. We help improve communities. And here's the way that you can make money by helping us find houses that people need to sell. And if we're able to close on the house and help that seller, we give you $500 or whatever your number is. We give you a $1,000 finder's fee. Okay. If you're able to get us 4 of these a month, and we actually close on those deals, you could be earning $4,000 a month. If you get us one a month, then it's $1,000. So it is a real opportunity for people, and you'll have to check your local legalities and guidelines, connect with your attorney or local municipality to make sure that you're not doing anything you shouldn't be doing. But here's a second ad: looking for 10 people to get paid $1,000 to $4,000 per house. No experience necessary. Available immediately. Serious people only. I'm a local cash investor. I need help finding houses that meet my criteria. This is a great way to help our community, so it's the same thing. What we found, guys, was we posted this in those 3 cities. We posted at one time in the middle of the week, okay? And we had 90 some odd bird dogs that actually read the entire 2-page application. Okay, it was not a squeeze page. They had to read this entire page of content, go down to the bottom, click a link, read 4 or 5 more paragraphs, and then fill out a really long application, which included their address, their phone number, their name, email, all kinds of stuff. Okay, so we got 90 some odd full-on leads in 3 small-ish cities with one ad each in the job section. And then immediately, through the training that's in that software system that we tested out, that we can, we're going to emulate some of that with Carrot, but I don't want to step on my buddy's toes who developed the software. But immediately, about 10% of those quote unquote bird dogs started uploading deals. And some of them were straight from Craigslist. Some of them were, hey, as my neighbor needs to sell their house, or there's a rundown house across the street, here's the address to it, kind of thing. But the really cool thing that happened, guys, that was a byproduct that we did not expect, was we were getting emails every day. There was about 20 some odd emails from sellers who did not go and fill out the job, or the Craigslist, or they didn't fill out the bird dog application. But by reading the page, they saw what we do, that, hey, we're house buyers. We help improve communities. We're looking for houses where the people need to sell. It could be a vacant house, an inherited house, a foreclosure, a XYZ. And they replied to the Craigslist ad saying, hey, I don't want to be a bird dog, but I have a house to sell. Hey, I don't want to be a bird dog, but I'm in foreclosure and I need help. Hey, I don't want to be a bird dog, but my mom is really struggling and we need to sell the house. Or, hey, I don't want to be a bird dog, but I just inherited a house and I need to get rid of it. Okay, and the reason this is happening, guys, through the jobs section is, where do people who need jobs go? They go to job listing boards, Craigslist, or there's other ones. What do people who need jobs what problems do people who need jobs tend to have? They tend to have financial problems, right? They tend to maybe have credit problems. They tend to have house problems, where they might have lost their job and they're out there actively busting their butt trying to find another income. and they are seeing that their income is not covering their house, and they need to sell their house. Okay, so that's kind of the psychology behind why posting bird dog ads in the help section, in the job section, is getting in front of sellers, even if they're not going to become bird dogs. It's getting in front of people who are in need of a job, who might be um, having a real estate problem that they need to get out from under because they don't have a job. So, is anyone doing this right now that's on this call? Is anyone um, doing a strategy like this? Yeah, Blake. So we don't have the bird dog um, pages ready yet, but like I said, we're kind of behind on a couple things. So if there's people in here that want to help us with that, we're willing to compensate you for it because we'd love to roll out the bird dog stuff. We've already got it mapped out. We just need someone helping dive in and do the stuff. Okay. Okay, Rich. Let's connect. Yeah, Rich. Good point. So Rich is saying they'll take your $25 and then ghost your ad and keep the money, saying that the ad isn't a real paying job, and that is something that we have seen on occasion. So that's something that people definitely need to watch out for. But in the end, it's the way that you write your your page that they go to after that. Okay, and just like any sales job, there's a lot of jobs out there that are straight up sales jobs, right? Where it's, hey, we're selling vacuums. We need 5 salesmen this week who are willing to make money on a commission only basis. So if you're able to make it sound like a legit job, which it is. I mean, it's a legit job. It's a sales job. They need to go out there and find stuff, and and they're generating leads. Okay, but yeah, there are some times when Craigslist will slap it down. They'll ghost it, which ghosting means they make it so people can't see it. So that's just a matter of just being consistent with getting it out there. Okay, let's go through some questions here. Yeah, so good, really good feedback, Rich. So Rich is saying you need to put it in the gigs section. You won't have a problem. Okay. Yeah, there will be a replay, guys. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Michael, what's you say explain it in lay terms. Were you talking about the retargeting or the thing that I just mentioned just now? And the thing about retargeting, guys, the reason that I really don't bring it up a whole lot and haven't made it a priority to get that part done is there are certain traffic criteria that most retargeting services require. Okay, as an example, the one that we use, and we've tried a bunch of them. The one that we use, it's the best one that we've found. Most of them have 1,000 visitor cap, not a cap, but 1,000 visitor threshold before they'll let you start serving up ads. So, and in the rub there is that cookies, which go on your computer, which track, which kind of follow you, they expire. So when a lot of people, let's say you have set on your browser that every time I close my browser down, it deletes the cookies, which a lot of people have that setting on there. That means as soon as people delete that cookie, that person is not on your retargeting list anymore. So you're continually adding people, and people are sloughing off of it. Um, so you can't even think about actually getting serious about retargeting unless you're getting 10 to 20 visitors a day to your websites. Once you start to get 10 to 20 visitors a day to your websites, then you can go in, put the pixel on there, and then once you hit that threshold, you can start serving up ads. But don't worry about it right now. We'll get that training up there, and if we don't have the training up by the time you're ready, just reach out to me directly, and I'll walk you through it. Okay, I'll walk you through how to do that. If you're currently getting 10 to 20 visitors a day to your websites, I'll walk you through how to get going with retargeting. Just email me. Yeah, Bobby. So as far as standing out in Craigslist, there's a lot of things you can do with your ad titles. One thing that Cindy mentions in the Craigslist training, actually, I'm just going to go to this next page here. So if you guys want in the pre-release of this, we're calling this course the Post to Profits Craigslist Marketing Course. And this course, as it currently is, it's Cindy Dumeyer, who's been a Carrot member for a little while. She's an extremely experienced investor, has done a lot of deals, and she gets a ton of leads through Craigslist. And actually, I don't think Cindy's on here, but let's see. I don't think she'll mind me showing this, but most of her leads come through Craigslist or SEO with Carrot. Let me actually log out of here. I need to log into my super admin account. I'm just going to show you behind the scenes here on lead data on one of Cindy's websites. And we've gotten permission, guys, to share this. She actually shows behind the scenes in some of her on the actual Craigslist course. Okay, so to stand out in the market, Cindy gives some great examples of what to do with your titles, what to do with pictures in your ads that are working really well, how to put in actual images on your titles. She's like putting hearts and stuff like that, which are really standing out in the actual Craigslist ad title. So when it pops up in Google or anything like that, there's all kinds of like hearts and stars and arrows and stuff in her actual title. And it's pretty clever. But you can see here, this is on her, it's technically a rent to own website, but she's generating buyer and tenant leads here. And this is all Craigslist, guys. This is the past 2 months, 544 leads. And 408 of those leads filled out the step 2 form to better qualify them as a lead. And 22 people contacted them directly. So we're talking, I mean, 560 something leads from Craigslist ads. She actually had to shut her Craigslist ads off right before we started doing this training because she had so many buyers. She needed to go out there and get more properties. Okay, so and she walks through that in the Craigslist training, exactly this ads that she was doing. Cindy sells houses. Actually, let's go to Cindy buys houses. With this one, this is one of her motivated seller sites, and this isn't her only motivated seller site, but this is one of them. And you can see here, here's 57 sellers there. There's 11 that came through that form. There's 37 that came through that form. 14 people contacted her directly there, which some of them are other wholesalers and stuff like that. A couple investors, a couple rent-to-own people, 6 people that did the start here one. So she has created some other custom forms on her website. So you can see there's a lot of leads, guys, and almost all these have come from Craigslist just in the past couple months. So yeah, we're going to dive in and show you guys how to stand out in your market with your Craigslist ads. The biggest way to stand out, guys, is to do exactly what Cindy teaches, the way that she sets up her Craigslist accounts is, and I know Jamie's on here from Colorado, and she mentioned this on a call that Aaron on my team and them did about a month ago, that you guys have multiple Craigslist accounts. And Cindy does the same thing, and there's different variations to the strategy. And Cindy has multiple Craigslist accounts. There's certain things you have to do to get around letting Craigslist give you multiple accounts, and Cindy walks you through how to do that. There's some verification steps that you have to kind of dance around to make it happen. And then there's a certain posting schedule to make sure that you've always got this set of ads up at one time. So basically, the strategy is to totally swarm Craigslist with you. Okay, so Bobby, that's the biggest thing is you're not posting 1 or 2 ads a day. Literally, you're posting 10 to 15 ads a day. But the cool thing is once you go through the setup process, which we walk through in this training, once you go through that setup process, which will take a few hours, not going to lie, it's going to take a few hours and it's going to be over about a 2-week period to really get all those accounts up with the verification steps in Craigslist. After you get that set up and after you get the ads in there, it only takes 4 minutes per day to refresh your ads so you're totally swarming Craigslist. So yeah, there's going to be some upfront setup, but then after that, it's only a few minutes a day to keep that rolling. And every now and then you'll get some ads flagged, and you might get one account here and there that's gone. But that's the cool thing, that with this strategies, you're setting up multiple accounts. So even if one account got banned, it's just a matter of going back through the training and spinning up one extra account right there. Okay, really simple. And Cindy still actually does all of her own ad refreshing. Okay, she writes her own ads. We walk you through how to write effective ads and give you her unique call to action strategy. It's not anything revolutionary, but I like the way that she does her calls to actions now that you can't do hyperlinks in these things. So anyway, here's what's going to be in the core training with Cindy. There's going to be an introduction to Craigslist. So if you're not familiar with Craigslist very much, we're going to walk through the basics of it, and then setting up your Craigslist account strategically. So if you're already doing a bunch of Craigslist marketing, guys, awesome. You might already be past this step, or maybe there's something in here that is the way that Cindy does it that might teach you something. And then we're going to show you Cindy's posting strategy. So she actually posts ads everywhere. She's posting in real estate services. She's posting in real estate for sale, for rent, all kinds of places. And she's got a strategy on where she posts certain types of ads. Okay, if she's looking for foreclosures, she's posting this specific type of ad, driving people to a specific page on your Carrot websites in a specific section, and we teach you how to do that. So she's got people every single week opting into her foreclosure free reports because of these ads she's got running. And then we walk through how to write effective ads, setting up your, that one was duplicated there, how to get seller leads, how to get buyer leads, how to get tenant leads. So those are three separate, very short modules. And then we walk through this, what we call Cindy's ad posting matrix. So that's kind of the deeper dive into the strategy on how to get your accounts going, and how to write the ads and get them posted, and how to strategically do that so you're not writing 50 totally separate ads, but some of them are similar. And there's step-by-step videos, whether you're brand new, not techie at all, we'll walk you through, or if you're already advanced, you can skip over some of them. We're going to give you a bunch of ads. So right now there's about a dozen of Cindy's ads in there, and we're going to be uploading more here shortly. And I'm going to be reaching out to a lot of you who are having success with Craigslist. And I'd love if you guys were willing to share some ads that are working well for you, so we can put them in that stockpile. And then we're gonna dive in, and there's gonna be a quick video to show you how to track your calls. And this is something that Cindy finds that most sellers through her Craigslist ads are actually calling her. So you can see all these leads in her seller site. These leads, these are just the sellers who came to the website through SEO, in the past month or two, through SEO and or through Craigslist, who did not call her. Okay, so we're going to show you how to actually track your calls from Craigslist, so you know, okay, hey, this call came from Craigslist, not my website, or hey, this call came from Craigslist, not my postcard. And it's really simple. We'll show you the software that we use. It's only $3 a month to use this software, and it's just really, really worth it. And then in this pre-release, what we're doing is, since we don't have the full training all uploaded to the members site yet, that's going to be done over the next week. What we're going to do is, next week, Cindy and I, we haven't hammered down a time on this yet. I still need to get her confirmation, so I'm kind of speaking for her. But we're going to do a live webinar where she's going to dive in, show what she's doing currently, show some recent deals that she's closed, hopefully, through Craigslist leads. And then we're going to dive into, hey, what can you do today with that first Craigslist account you got to ramp it up? And then after that, within a couple of days, you're going to get access to the Post to Profits Craigslist members area, where the videos will be there, the ad examples, stuff like that. We're going to do a more detailed training called Seeking Out Sellers, based off of the stuff that I just showed you today. So we're going to show you the very drilled down how to use the job section to get sellers in a way deeper dive than I did today. Okay, we're going to give you some more ads. We're going to dive into, hopefully, if we're able to solidify this with my buddy Jeff, we're going to dive into how to automate all this stuff that I showed you before. Okay, so this whole process, which works like gangbusters, but it's a lot of work, and you need to be consistent and go high volume. Um, I'm going to work on Jeff. I'm just going to say it's going to be in there. Okay, but I'm going to work on Jeff and verify that we can use his system, and hopefully he can dive in and help do this stuff on showing us how he automates this stuff. Okay, because he's not in there sending emails. He has a couple systems that are automating it happening, and then he on the back end of it is just getting qualified leads with phone calls and emails. That's it. Okay. Let's see. And then one thing that I want to do for this pre-release as well. This will not be available for people who don't dive in this pre-release, which we're shutting off the pre-release Sunday night, guys and gals. So as long as you get in, you go to that link down there on carrot.com/P2P. Go there. There will be a little button there, a green button. It's $99. If you click that green button, it's going to automatically charge your card on file. It's going to add you to the pre-release list. You should get an email. It's an automated email, but you should get an email from Kyle and our team right after that. And then we're going to send out an email early next week, probably Monday or Tuesday, about the webinar with Cindy and I, an update on the training members area on when that's going to be open. We're hoping it's going to be open Friday or Thursday next week. And then from there, we can answer your questions too. But for anyone who in this pre-release who implements it and starts to get traffic to your websites, let me know. And if you're getting at least 10 to 20 visits a day, ideally, then we'll start setting up some split testing on your websites, and we will actively work with you for free to help increase the conversions on some of your pages. And that's in our best interest as well, because what we're going to do with that information, we're going to trickle down to everyone else as well. But anyway, guys, no real sales pitch here. It's just we've been talking about the Craigslist training for a while, and there were a couple other delays in the training side. And I said, you know what? I know people want this. I know people can benefit from it right now. So rather than wait 2 weeks until it's all perfect, we're going to do this pre-release, give you guys some bonuses if you get in on the pre-release. We're going to do a webinar to get you going next week. And in the meantime, if you want some ad examples, if you join this pre-release, guys, today, and you're like, hey, I want to start posting Craigslist ads today, and then I'll wait for the rest of the training next week to really set up my accounts right, let me know. We'll just send you a bunch of the ads. You can start posting some of these ads, okay? So we'll give you the jump start and whatever. But anyway, guys, I'm going to open up now. I know this call went way longer, but let's dive into full-on Q&A. It could be Q&A about Craigslist. It could be Q&A about your website. It could be a technical question. We're like, hey, I've got a question on how to do this on my website, or I've got a question on how to do the localized city thing that we've been talking about a lot. It's getting great results for people. So shoot your questions through. Okay, Blake, shoot me an email directly, trevor@oncarrot.com. You can get it over to me. Yeah, David, it's a one-time fee for y'all. So since you guys are Carrot members, and this is the pre-release, it's $99 one-time fee. But since we are going to be updating the course on a consistent basis in the future, so for people who are not in this pre-release and who don't join in the next soon, we're probably going to be raising the price, but for sure we're going to make it an annual fee for future people. So it'll probably be a $99 annual fee or something. We're going to do the same thing with the 3 lead per day training here in the next month or so. Is that for everyone who's already purchased that, you got in it at a $99 one-time price. But in the future, for future people who purchase it, it's going to be $99 a year, and that just helps pay my team so we can keep on updating it and stuff like that. But yeah, right now it's one time $99 is all, David, which is crazy value. Anthony, great question, man. So how many free reports do we have on our sites? So the answer there is it depends. Seller sites and buyer sites each have their own free reports. So let me just go ahead and dive over to what's your website, Anthony? Shoot me your domain name. Awesome, Will. Yeah, hit me with an email, Will. I'll get some of the ads. Yep, let me type that email. There you go, guys. That's my personal email address. So um, let me preface this. Okay, so that's my personal email address, and my assistant Jen, who many of you guys have probably talked with, she had a baby a week and a half ago. So congrats to Jen. Had a beautiful baby girl. What this means to me, guys, is that I don't have a personal assistant for the next 3 weeks. So my inbox is a little bit crazier now than it is normally. Um, so there's no guarantees I'm going to get to your email today because I actually have a presentation at the college today on marketing at 6 o'clock. I have to finish the presentation. So right after this mastermind call, I'm going to dive into that, and I'll probably pull away later today and check email for an hour, and I'll look for your emails directly. If you can title them something like Craigslist ads or something like that, that way I can know to look for them. But yeah, just to kind of preface that um, my inbox is crazy now that Jen's off on maternity leave. Michael, good question, man. So Michael says, does the course have materially different info than Jeff Koga's Crushing It with Craigslist course? And yeah, so are you talking about the about Jeff Koga's his book on Amazon, the Kindle book? And by the way, that's a good book. Okay, so I've never seen his course honestly, so I have no clue what's in his course. There's only so many different things you can do on Craigslist, so I'm sure that there is some overlap. I've read the book, and his book, the book goes over some good stuff, but what's in this course is basically how to swarm Craigslist with ads. I know a lot of Jeff's stuff, not all of it, but a lot of Jeff's stuff is kind of more the stuff that I showed before, and some of this stuff that I'm showing you actually came from Jeff. Okay, this strategy right here came from Jeff. These keywords came from Jeff. So this is not in the Craigslist course currently. This is not part of the core training. This is like a bonus that we're going to be adding on if I can get Jeff's permission to add in there. Okay, this bird dog thing, I'm pretty darn sure is not in Jeff's. I've never seen his course. So I'm not sure, but I'm pretty darn sure that that's not in there. I've never seen it the way that we're going to be putting it in there. And then Cindy's training is on how to use Craigslist ads. So not reaching out to sellers directly, but how to use Craigslist ads to get to swarm your market with ads to dominate the space, to show your personality, but to make sure that we're tapping into every different psyche of seller, buyer, tenant out there. And the way that Cindy writes her ads, we walk through that. We walk through that strategy and how she writes her ads, why she puts certain pictures in her ads. We're going to give you some pictures to put in your ads that are the same ones that she's using. Um, we're going to show you exactly where she posts, why she posts, what times she posts, and why she posts at those times. So yeah, honestly, I have no clue what's in his course, but that's what's going to be in this one. Yeah, and I know he's got something in. I know Jeff's got a course in Craigslist. I'm friends with Jeff. He's an awesome dude. He's one of the smartest guys that I know with this kind of information. So I'm hoping that I can twist his arm to come in and do some extra training in our course as well. It's not hammered down yet though. Tony, do we have any landing pages with content for house finders? So bird dogs, we don't. So we have it written, but that's what I would love someone's help with. If you're willing to go through and do some of the work with getting that finalized, that's putting together certain forms on our websites, getting the content going, getting a couple lead pages going. I'd love someone who's in. If you're really adept at using Carrot, and if you're kind of more on the advanced side of using Carrot, I'd love to compensate someone to help us get our bird dog landing pages, the content, the forms, the process where people can upload stuff done. So reach out to me if you're in that. Michael, can you embed videos within Craigslist ads easily? Honestly, that's something I don't know the answer to. I've never been able to embed a video, but I don't want to say that you can't because honestly, I haven't tried to do it lately. So as far as I know, and correct me if I'm wrong, anyone on here. As far as I know I don't believe that you can embed a video on Craigslist, especially now with what they've done with stripping out a lot of HTML. Like one of the updates they made recently, guys, not recently, but in October, um, was there's this service out there that was huge and it still is called Postlets. And there's other services kind of like it where you can post your rental listings for free and it posts them on Craigslist. And you can see these other ones. And what happened the day after, like the day that they released this, is there were thousands and thousands and thousands of Postlets ads and all kinds and other services like it on Craigslist that were fancy. They looked good. They had good formatting and stuff. When Craigslist made the change, it immediately stripped all formatting, and every single one of those ads looked really, really ugly. So Craigslist is trying to strip down stuff, so basically you can't make your pages look custom. It's always going to look like um, a classified ad kind of thing. So if someone knows if you can post videos, let me know. Yeah, Michael says I'm sure Google's behind it. Yeah, Blake says you can't, but you may be able to do it on Backpage. Great point. Okay, Tony. Yeah, reach out to me, man. I think the first step is to dive in and really get used to Craigslist or get used to Carrot first and how it works. And if you could email me, Tony, so Trevor at oncarrot.com, and kind of let me know your experience. And if you have experienced some good experience with bird dogs, that would really lend to helping us hammer this bird dog section out, let me know because I'd really love to work with people on it. Okay, cool. So, great question, guys. I probably should have prefaced this. You have to be logged into your Carrot account before you go to this URL. Okay, so make sure you're logged into your Carrot account before you go to that URL. And when you go there, you're going to see a page. It looks okay. 1 second here. I need to log out of my super admin account there. I'm going to log into this one. So log into your Carrot account and then go to oncarrot.com /P2P. So you have to be logged into your Carrot account first. And then right here, it's just a really simple page. There's not like a sales page or anything. If you need more information on the course before you buy it, more than what I just showed you, let me know. And then we can send you something more. But we honestly, it's in pre-release, so we don't even have a darn sales page up for it yet. But I can guarantee you that if you apply this stuff in it, you're going to get the value. If you don't get the value within 30 days, let me know. We'll just refund your money. We're totally cool with that. Okay. But go here. You're going to click add this to my account, and it's going to charge your card on file for $99. Otherwise, you can just go back to your account. Okay. But like I said, guys, we just want to make sure you get value out of it. So go. If you don't get the value, let me know within 30 days, and we'll refund your money. Okay, cool. Awesome, Michael. Thanks, man. Yeah, and I'm going to reach out to Jeff also, and because we talked about a month ago, and and I'm going to reach out to him to see, like I said, if he's willing to add a module or two into our training, because he's doing some crazy advanced stuff. Okay, cool. Awesome, Dan. Yeah, he is a good guy. He's legit too. He's the real deal. Okay, Blake. Yeah, Blake, hit me up, Blake, directly. Hit me up at trevor@oncarrot.com. I would love the help with the bird dog section. Like I said, we've got it all mocked up. We've got it all mapped out. It's just a matter of having some extra man hours of people to invest in wrapping this up because our team has this whole list of priorities and a bunch of stuff. And honestly, I want to get the bird dog section done, but it's like number 10, on our list of priorities. But yeah, if we can get some Carrot community teamwork going here, we can get that bird dog section pumped out at least to a minimum viable product, so you guys can start using it. And then our team, when we work our way down our list, then my team can refocus some time on the bird dog stuff and really make it advanced and really make it rock. Okay, cool, Rich. I like it. Let me go check it out. So Rich has a bird dog site up here. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, it looks like it's probably a cool. So you grab the WordPress. Okay, yeah, you just grab the WordPress theme. Okay, cool. I like it. Rich is taking action. Yeah, Blake, let's connect. Stu, good question, man. So Stu is saying, do we need this if we're done for you students? And what he means is he's came from the David Corbally program. It's this done for you program that uses the Investor Carrot website platform as it. That's up to you, Stu. So I know David and his team are doing certain actions that's in their service, but I'm pretty sure that they don't do Craigslist marketing unless they've added it in. So if I were you, if you're looking to get these types of leads, then yes, that's something that you're gonna want to learn about. If not, if you're doing other types of marketing, direct mail or whatever, and you just don't have the time to do this, then I wouldn't get it. But I think for you guys, since we don't have your credit card on file, um, pretty sure we don't have your credit card on file, Stu. Then we'll need to get your credit card on file to process that order to put it into your account. So, honestly, I'm not sure what would happen. Um, Let me click add this to my account because I don't know if I have this hooked up to a credit card. Okay. Yeah, so it says, oops, something went wrong with your purchase. Please contact support because I don't have a credit card on file for this account. So that's probably what you're going to see if you go through and do this, if you're done for you because we don't have your credit card on file. So just contact support and say, hey, I was on the mastermind call with Trevor. I want to get that the Craigslist training, the post for post to profits training, and we'll just need to get your credit card and we'll get it on file and then we'll process it for you. All right, but yeah, it's totally your choice. If it's something you feel is of value, awesome. If not, awesome. Um, Anthony, good question, man. I'm glad you brought this up. Anthony says, do you have resources we can use as far as virtual assistants or voicemail services? And also, uh, do you have to do sheets for a VA? Great question, man. So this is the next thing that we're going to be rolling out in the Craigslist training after the core training is in place. Because the cool thing is the bulk of the time that you're going to spend with our Craigslist system is setting up the ads and setting up your accounts. Okay, because you're going to be creating 30 to 45 ads total. Might even be a little bit more. You're going to have a lot of ads out there. Okay, so that means someone has to write all the ads. We're going to give you about 10 to 15 ads to start. And then we're going to give you, of course, education and some tips on how to write ads. So we're going to give you a jump start with about 15, and then you can tweak those ads and adjust them around. You can write your own. So that's what's going to take the most amount of time, and I'm not sure that that's something that you'd want to pass off to a VA. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But then as far as just keeping those ads going, it's only about 4 minutes a day to log into each one of those 4 or 5 Craigslist accounts that Cindy shows you how to set up and click renew, 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 renew. Okay, so you probably don't even need a VA. You just need like a calendar reminder that says, Anthony, renew your Craigslist ads at 8 a.m. or whatever it is. Okay. But as far as the other stuff, the stuff that I showed you before that's kind of more based off of Jeff Koga's stuff, this right here, actually reaching out to the sellers, which this works like gangbusters, that is something you'll for sure want to have a VA involved in. So yes, we will have a VA training. I don't want to commit to any type of time frame because honestly, whenever I do that, it seems like I don't hit it, and I just hate not being on time for that stuff. But yes, we are going to do a virtual assistant training that's going to be included in both the 3 lead per day training and the Craigslist training. And in the meantime, if you need help before that, email us and we can give you resources. Okay. Um, yeah. So someone's asking. I can't tell who it is in here. King. How can I learn the Craigslist information now? Where and when do we pay for Cindy's Craigslist ads? So yeah. So where you'll go, like I said, is you'll go here. So oncarrot.com/P2P, and you have to be logged into your Carrot account first in order for that link to work. So log into your Carrot account, go here, click the button. It'll charge the 99 bucks in your card on file, and you'll get an email with some directions. And basically, we're going to be uploading the videos. All the videos are already done, but we're going to be uploading the videos over the next week into the membership site, and we'll send you an email within the next week telling you how to access the online training. But if you wanted the ads, if you just said, "Hey, Trevor, send me some ads so I can just get some ads rolling right now." If you wanted the ads to model years after, send me an email directly, trevor@oncarrot.com, and I can just send you a Word document with some of the ads to get you going. Okay, but yeah, as far as learning the information right now, we're going to have a webinar next week for everyone in this pre-release, and then we're going to get everyone the access next week as well. Ken, awesome question, man. So what's the site to where can use your friend's bird dog software? Send me an email directly. I don't, let's see. Yeah, send me an email directly, Ken. If anyone else is interested in that other bird dog software, it is a really great software. And it's specifically on bird dogs. It's straight up just bird dogs. It has a little back end system where bird dogs can input deal information and whatnot. And I like the system. There's good things and bad things about it. One bad thing is it's another $30 or $40 a month fee, and we're going to be building something like that into Carrot. But the good thing is theirs is already done, ours isn't. So yeah, it's a great system. I'll send you the link to it. I just honestly can't remember the exact URL because I know they changed the name of the software in the past couple of years. And if anyone else is interested in looking at that as well, it's something I can vouch for them. It's awesome. It's the exact software I had my assistant. I just sent her the welcome email and I said, pretend you're a customer of this and do it. And that's what the 90 bird dogs in a week came from. And 10% of those bird dogs submitted deals. Really, really cool stuff. But but yeah, in the long run with us, we are going to have that built into our system. Kim, yep, exactly. Kim says, so basically we can pay for the training now and then really won't be able to begin implementing until next week with the kickoff webinar questions. Says, I'm asking because this is actually good for me as I probably cannot begin this project until next week. Just wanting to know the level of use for the info we will have access to today. Exactly, Kim. And that was honestly my thought, was because we did commit to, hey, we're going to roll it out this week, and we had a little delay on one thing. But I said, you know what? Rather than delaying the whole thing, let's kick it out to a pre-release. Let's give people bonuses who are going to come in early and help us with feedback. You guys will get a live webinar with us and Cindy. And heck, with you guys in the pre-release, we'll totally be game if enough people want it. We'll do another live webinar in a month if you guys want to. After you've had time to implement, you can hop on and ask Cindy and I questions. But we're not going to do that with everyone else. And then these other bonuses. So yeah, you've got about a week before you'll have full access to everything. Um, and yeah, I think that's a good thing because now you can start to plan your week and whatever. Yeah, DeAndre. So DeAndre says I had the Prospect Master Bird Dog software, and that's the one I'm talking about. So it's a great software, but exactly it's just Bird Dog. So now you've got this other login over there and whatnot, and we are planning on building something like that into our software. Like I said, the negative is it's down our priority list, so it's not going to be out anytime in the next couple months. uh, I'd like to have at least the bird dog sit the page, the bird dog forms on our website within a month. If there's carrot members who would like to help me getting that done, I'd love to get that done in the next month. So you can actually start marketing bird dogs, have the page that sells them, the intake form, all that kind of stuff. But the full on system where bird dogs can upload properties, I would love to build that into the system, but that's not going to be done anytime in the next 3 months for sure. Um, yep. Yeah, Ken. So Ken's saying, when's the final day to sign up for the pre-release? Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at midnight. And the only reason I'm saying that, guys, is because I've got to cut it off sometime, and we're doing that webinar for people who sign up for this. We're doing that webinar next week, so I want to make sure that we're cutting it off. Anyone who wants in the pre-release, and we're going to send it to people who are not on this email. We're going to send it to the rest of our active Carrot members today and tomorrow as well, so they get that chance and they can watch the replay. But we're going to cut it off at Sunday, and then we can go, okay, we've got these X amount of people in the pre-release group. We're going to send them the webinar details. That way we can get you guys all the webinar details ahead of time and whatnot. So Sunday night, as long as you get it in before Sunday night, you'll be good. Yeah. So TB's asking, sorry if I missed this, but what will the price be after Sunday? After Sunday, the price is gonna be the same. Okay. Um, like I said, we're probably gonna raise the price eventually in the future sometime, but for sure in this first 1 to 3 months with the Craigslist course, it'll be $99 still. Um, and then we're probably going to make it a $99 a year thing for people who buy after that. But in this pre-release, you get these bonuses. You lock it in for sure at this price because, like I said, we are going to make it $99 a year eventually. But if for people in this pre-release, because we want your feedback, we'd love to get people. If you guys have ads that are working well, we'd love for you to share your ads with people, so everyone's sharing what's working in their markets. But yeah, the price is only $99 right now, one time. In the future, it will be annual for people who buy after that. But if you were to buy Monday, it'd be $99. Okay, you just wouldn't get the bonuses. Cool, David. So David's saying, I went to the domain, can't find where to sign up. Make sure you're logged into your Carrot account, David. So that's step one. You have to be logged into your Carrot account. And then when you're logged into your Carrot account, put that into your browser up there, click enter, and it's going to bring up this page. Okay, so it's really short, it's to the point, nothing hypey in here. It's like, if you want it, push it, we'll charge you 99 bucks. If you don't want it, awesome, don't push it, we won't charge you 99 bucks. Okay, if you have any issues, still let us know. Cool, Ken. Yeah, Ken says this is great stuff. I'm glad I came across you guys. Awesome, man. And guys, that's the kind of stuff that we like to hear. I mean, I've shown you guys this before, but we have this thing called the thread of awesomeness in our communication platform with our team. And here's a little sneak preview, guys. Actually, so this is a little sneak preview, and this is kind of one of our core values here at Carrot is transparency. Okay, and right here, we have our thread of awesomeness. So every time we get great comments from people, we put stuff in here. We have this report coming out soon, the 10 most competitive. And also, guys, we have the 10 markets that have the most potential that are going to be. We have a report coming out here in the next month with some insane data. You guys are not going to believe this data that we've mined to find all these little side markets that a lot of people don't even know about that are have a ton of potential. There's hardly anyone investing in them right now. It's cool stuff. Dan says, Ken is right. You guys are the best, and I haven't gotten better training even when I've spent way more than my Carrot account costs. And that's the thing, Dan. It's like that's kind of our strategy here is we're not really building an education business. There's a lot of gurus out there who they make their money, obviously by selling the courses, selling the $1,000 courses and stuff like that, which there's nothing wrong with that. I've actually done that myself, and there's nothing wrong with that. As long as you're providing great training, great support, and good information. But our strategy here is we're building a software company, right? So Carrot is a software company. But we've come to the realization that in order for Carrot members to stay with us for a long time, because we're obviously a for-profit company, we want you guys to keep on paying that monthly fee. And in order to keep paying the monthly or annual fee for your Carrot account, you guys need to be getting the value out of it, and you need to be getting results. You need to feel like you have a place to come to talk and ask questions and get support. And that's what we're doing. That's why we do these mastermind calls. That's why we put out trainings like the 3 lead per day and the post to profits and the other ones we're going to be doing that are very, very low price for what you get, because we know when you get results with your system, with the course in your Carrot account, you're going to stay on as a Carrot member for a long time, and you're going to tell other people about it. So our aim with our business model is way, way, way further down the road than trying to make a quick buck. We're trying to provide so much value and help our community so much to get results, that you guys stay with us forever. That's the aim. So I'm glad that it's working. You guys are recognizing it. So I really appreciate it. Yeah, Ken says for $30, this is unreal. $30 a month, and we've talked about this, guys. The $30 a month and the $40 a month plans for anyone who's not already a member are going to be gone. So if you're already in that account, awesome, you're grandfathered in. We're going to be eliminating those plans for future people because honestly, the price is too low. So you're not going to get your price raised, but we are raising prices across the board for newer members here shortly. So you're getting an insane deal for sure, Ken, and that's cool with us. I love it. Dan, uh, yeah. Yeah, Dan says you had tremendous value, like your answer to my email yesterday. Thanks for that. So yeah, so Dan sent me an email yesterday. Had a question about leveraging the multiple um, market strategy that we talk about in some of these mastermind calls, and I answered him back within a few minutes. I can't always do that. Dan, your email just happened to be in front of me when I was there, and I thought, yeah, I'm just going to answer this. So okay, Anthony. Anthony says I just signed up yesterday. Didn't put it up yet. So awesome, man. If you need any help getting your websites up, kind of my advice is get your first website up. Okay, just focus on one. And usually with wholesalers, it's getting that cash buyer site up. So if you're a wholesaler, get that darn cash buyer website up. It takes a few seconds, and ask us if you need help. And then start doing some Craigslist stuff. Start building that cash buyer list using this Craigslist training, and then shift over and get that motivated seller website up and start going out there and prospecting for sellers. Okay. King is saying this domain, saying this website's not up and working for him. Okay. So it looks like King, let me see something here. It looks like Texas TexasHotProperty.com. Hey King, what's your email address? Because it looks like you've definitely not you haven't tied that domain to a website on Carrot yet. Um, what's your awesome, Rob? I'll check out the email, man. Thanks, Rob. Have an awesome day, man. Dude, let's book that damn mountain bike ride. I'm going on a mountain bike ride on Tuesday down here at 8 in the morning. Um, I might have to bump it to Wednesday actually because it's our Carrot team day here in the office Tuesday next week. But let me know. Let's go for a ride. Yeah, DeAndre. So that P2P page that I showed you, it is live. So if you go to Craigslist.com or sorry, oncarrot.com /P2P, it's going to take you to this page. It looks like this. If you're having problems with that, number one, you have to be logged into your Carrot account. So you have to be actually logged into your Carrot account. Okay, cool. You got it. Yeah, and then go there and it'll come up. Yeah, so King, it looks like with that domain, I typed it in and it's not coming up at all. So um, yeah, email our support and we can walk you through what you need to do to tie your domain to your websites and whatnot. It's a pretty simple process, but it's just kind of a pain in the rear that it's something we can't control, but you got to go through these steps to tell your domain registrar, so where you bought your domain, where to point it to. So hit us up on live chat and we can walk you through it. Texas Hunt Property. Okay, cool. Yeah, King, just head over to live chat and they'll walk you through it. Jake over there will help you out. Yeah, King. Yeah, just head over to Jake at live chat. He'll walk you through it because there's some steps that definitely have not been done to tie your domain to the Carrot website yet. Okay. Because yeah, right there, I put in just Texas Hot Property without the www, and it forwards to our homepage. So that means there's only a couple things extra. Actually, let's go ahead and do this. Let me try something here. Okay, I just need to log into my main admin account here really quick. I might be able to help you out. So don't initiate a chat with Jake in live chat right now. I'm just gonna try something for you. Okay. Oop, wrong one. Blake, for sure, man. You have an awesome day too. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to switch to your account really quick. And okay, so it looks like texashotproperty.com. Okay, so it looks like you took care of that step, but there's definitely an issue on the GoDaddy side. If it's directing to our website, so it looks like probably there's a setting in there that's incorrect. So yeah, hit Jake up on live chat, and he'll walk you through it for sure. Awesome. Well, guys, thanks for hanging on here on this call. If there's no more questions, I mean, I'll answer some more questions if they pop in here. Let's see. Oh, okay, sorry. So Camilla says, seems like a separate seller's site is needed, not just a company site. Really, that's up to you, Camilla. You can do it any way you want to do it, okay? But our suggestion is if you're marketing to motivated sellers, that you have a website that's specific for motivated sellers. Or one way that you can totally do it as well is if you're using a company site, the domain that you'll put in your email signature and stuff like that would be the domain to like the page that talks about you buying houses. Okay, so you can do it either way. Yes, yeah. Once again, the course will be available later. It's going to be a course that we're going to have forever, and we're going to keep on building it and stuff like that. The only thing that's going to change is the bonuses you get on being in the pre-release, and we're going to do some other bonus stuff too for people in this pre-release as we go. Like if we want extra feedback or extra features we want to test stuff on, we'll reach out to you guys first. But the thing that's going to go away Sunday is the bonuses and the webinar with us, and just the extra help. We're still going to be here to help you. And there's no guarantee on what the price is going to be on this course in the future, because we are going to for sure make it an annual fee for people eventually. It's probably not going to happen within the next month, making it an annual fee. So if you buy it in the next month, you'll still get it for 99 bucks. You just won't get this stuff. Yeah, Mark. So first, Mark, you have to log into your Carrot account. So log into your actual Carrot account. Go on carrot.com/account. And I'm already logged into mine, but go there and then log into your actual Carrot account. Okay, and then go up here and then go P2P. Okay, so on carrot.com/P2P, and then it's going to bring it up here. And if I were to click this, it's going to buy that course for this customer. So I'm not going to do that because I'm logged into Leona's account. But that's what you'll see. And if you have any problems, let us know. So Anthony, how many free reports do we have on our sites? I kind of brought this up, but I didn't answer the question earlier, I guess. So your motivated seller sites, let me count these. Your motivated seller sites has one free report on why sell to a real estate investor. It has one free report on 5 ways to stop or avoid foreclosure. And I believe it's got one other free report. Don't quote me on it, but for sure 2. The cash buyer websites have a free report on passive investing and a couple free reports on private lending. Okay, so there's total 5 to 6 free reports right now. Yeah, Will, shoot me an email, Will. I'll send you the retargeting service we use. All right? Because we've been through a few of them. We've been through AdRoll and Retargeter, and we've settled on one that we found that we like the best. It's easier to get ads in. They retarget on Facebook and email as well. Really cool stuff. Rick, I'd love to work with you, man. So, um, huh. Yeah, let's connect, Rick. Let's see if there's a way that we can work together on that. Are you still here, Rick? Yeah, let's. Okay, cool. Yeah, connect with me, Rick, and let's chat that through and see if there's a good fit. All right. Kim, no, if you got that email after getting the Craigslist training, if you got the email, then you're good to go right now. The next email you'll get is for the webinar next week, and then you'll get another one after that, after the webinar, with access to the members area, and then we're going to start uploading some more stuff after that. Okay, so over the next weeks, next month, we'll be uploading more ads and stuff. So the first version of the member site that you're going to log into is going to be the minimal viable version of that. Okay, it's going to be the core videos, some accompanying videos, the first batch of ads. All right, and then over the next month or two, we're going to be adding more ads. We're going to be adding some more advanced stuff and stuff like that. So you'll probably be getting about 70%, 60 to 70% of the training in about a week. And then over the next couple months, we're going to add some more advanced stuff, some automation stuff, some virtual assistant stuff, more ads, things like that. Yeah, Kim says, "Cool. Can you tell I don't really want to deal with this yet?" LOL. I can, and that's the beautiful thing is if you get it, you can access it anytime you want, and that's one thing I always suggest to people is if you've got a plan and if you're working that plan, don't let a new training, a new course, a new anything derail you from that plan. Even if the course or training is awesome, it's the best thing since sliced bread. If you're already going forward on something that is your plan and you're working it, do not let a new opportunity, new training, a new distraction get in your way. Okay, but treating it this way, getting it, locking it in so you get these bonuses, and then coming back to it when you're ready. That's the way to do it. And guys, Kim was on last week's call, but let's throw a congrats out to Kim. She's a newer member. She's in our SEO program as well. And Kim closed her first deal. I think it was last month, right, Kim? Um, yeah, DeAndre, it'll be toward the end of next week. We'll get you an email that'll have access to the training. Correct. Yeah, so Kim closed her first deal last month, and it was a good, solid deal. We talked on the phone, and I think she ended up netting a little bit less than she would like to net per transaction, but it was a great net profit for her. And I don't remember the exact timeline, Kim, that you mentioned, but from buying this one course from someone to implementing just what was in that course, like mad until it worked. What was the timeline from first buying that course to doing your first deal? I don't remember the exact timeline you told me, but it seemed like it was pretty short. It was like, yeah, so she took a 6 week course and she closed her deal on the fifth week of the course. And I'm sure the course is great. It obviously worked, but the thing is, guys, she told me exactly how she got the deal. It wasn't anything revolutionary. It was that she put in the work and she was crazy, crazy focused to make that work. Okay, so that's what we all have to really focus on is go, okay, I'm going to pick something that I know works for someone and it should work in my market and implement the heck out of that until it works. This Craigslist training is just like that. If you are going to focus on the Craigslist training, focus on it and focus on it until it works, and just really push it. Okay, because it's going to work if you put this stuff through. But the key is the focus, and Kim's got the focus right now. Close that deal really quickly, and then immediately went, okay, I'm going to keep that train rolling. I'm going to keep that kind of marketing going, but I'm also going to add on these other things and outsource it. So she outsourced her search engine optimization to us, and she's going to wait. It sounds like until the timing is right for her to dive into the Craigslist stuff, which is very, very smart. Yep, cool. All right, guys. Well, that's all I got. I got to go. I'm gonna grab some lunch and hop off of here. And if there's anything that I/we as a team can help you guys with, let us know. Ken, last question here: is there anything in the Craigslist training that helps find cash buyers or private money lenders? Yep. So Ken, a huge part of the training is on cash buyers. Okay. So let me. I showed this at the beginning of the call, at the beginning of this call. This is the back end of, okay, I need to get out of here. Switch back to my account. So this is the back end of one of Cindy's websites. And this is where she's generating buyer and tenant leads. Okay. And this is, 544 buyer and or tenant leads in this just from Craigslist in the past 2 months. Okay. So exactly what she is doing is being taught in the training on how to get this. And Craigslist works insanely great for buyers and sellers, or buyers in cash buyers. The key is consistently and totally swarming the entire Craigslist using this strategy that we're going to teach. So you pull out every single cash buyer out of there. Okay, you're going to get a lot of tire kickers. That's just the nature of Craigslist. But doing this way, and then using the carrot system, because they come and opt in, and then immediately we take them through a screening step. Immediately we say, okay, fill out this thing, and right off the bat, 144 are right about there. 144 people did not fill out that second form, which in my mind is good, because now you have 144 people who are not very qualified, not very serious, that you don't even have to look at. And now she has 408. Now that's what she sifts through. And the really cool thing is the way that our cash buyer websites are set up is that our cash buyer websites on the second step, automatically we have a couple things in there that are already doing some of the work for you to get people to raise their hand as a private lender. Okay, so as you're building your cash buyer list through Craigslist, our system is getting people to raise their hand as a private lender. which is really cool. And we're seeing, depends on the person, depends on how they're getting the leads, but we're seeing about 10% of cash buyers through our system are checking these boxes that we have in the step 2 forms that say, yes, I would lend you private money um, for a real estate deal. Okay, so is there directly a training in this course about private lending? No, I don't even think we mention it. But if you're building your cash buyer list through here, then that's by default, our system helps you to do that. Yeah, for sure, Dan. Yeah, Ken. So if you're wanting to get buyer leads through Craigslist, you need a website that has those forms on it. So either create a cash buyer website on our system, or you could modify a main company website. You can modify a main company website and drive people to there. Okay, for sure. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to bounce. If there's any questions, hit us up on the support side of things, support@oncarrot.com. And as always, keep your questions coming. We're going to keep answering these questions in our live mastermind calls every Wednesday. And hit us with your successes, guys. I really want to know. Hit me personally with an email or support when you get your first lead. Okay, your first seller lead, your first buyer lead. Let us know that. Like it's exciting. Let us know when you get your first deal done. Let us know when you get a deal done, any deal. Okay. Let us know when any kind of cool milestones happen, because I want to know that kind of stuff. Because number one, I want to see what's working for people so we can help everyone else be more successful, and you as well. But number two, it's just really fun celebrating these successes. Okay. So I appreciate it, guys. Have an awesome rest of the week, and I got to go. Thanks.